As to the charges of open house party, second-degree misdemeanor, and the 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a minor, first-degree misdemeanor, how do you plead to those charges?
It's one of the most jaw-dropping cases that we have ever covered here on Sidebar. Former Florida elementary school principal Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan accused of hosting a massive underage drinking party right at her own home. The videos went viral, the outrage exploded, and now that school principal finally stood before a judge for a shocking sentence. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, before we go any further into this, if you're putting things out on social media, have you ever wondered how we're able to get our clips out there so quickly on all these stories? We use something called Opus Clip, okay? This is an all-in-one AI editor that makes it so easy to cut, create, and upload videos across any platform. Through AI, Opus Clip generates B-roll, it reframes footage, and even cleans up audio. It is so easy. You just visit opus.pro/sidebar, you sign up, you upload, and in minutes you have perfectly edited clips ready to go. For TikTok, Shorts, Reels, Opus Clip is your one-stop shop. And having a tool like Opus Clip means our producers can get you viral courtroom updates instantly. This is the most powerful tool there is to share ideas and edit like a pro. So go to opus.pro/sidebar to get a free week and then 50% off. You know, we've covered some pretty wild cases on this show before, but you know, every once in a while, there's one that just comes back around that makes you shake your head all over again, right? You remember the Florida elementary school principal and her teacher friend who got caught in the middle of a massive raging teen party at the principal's own house? We got the 911 phone calls, we went through the wild police affidavit, and of course, we all saw that jaw-dropping body cam footage where the third grade teacher, Carly Anderson, appearing intoxicated, allegedly tells a police officer to, quote, "Get out of my face."
You're here with your boss having a party with 200 kids who are drinking. Get out of my face.
Yeah, that case. That's what we're talking about. Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan, the principal, and Carly Anderson, the teacher. Now, after their arrests, there was public outrage. There was an attempt to quietly move the teacher to another school. It was a complete mess, by the way. Well, I will tell you, the reason we're talking about it right now, this week, that saga reached a critical turning point because the principal, again, Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan, stood before a judge to learn her fate.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes, ma'am.
It was a moment of accountability for Hill-Brodigan after a night of absolute chaos that involved cops, an ambulance, a teenager arrested for DUI right outside her home. So what was her punishment, right? After doing something like this, what would be your punishment? Well, we're going to get to that, okay? May surprise you what her punishment was, and we're going to dive into all that, but got to talk about something, okay? I got to set the scene here. It's a Sunday night in January, the Sunday before the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and students in Brevard County, Florida, they're enjoying their long weekend. And in this quiet Cocoa Beach neighborhood on a street where houses are close together, parking is tight, there's a party that's starting. But this isn't just a few kids hanging out. No, by around 8:40 p.m., the 911 calls start coming in. Neighbors are reporting dozens of cars, maybe 75 or more according to the callers, all clogging the street. Kids are everywhere. The noise is carrying. It is clearly a massive gathering.
Yeah, they're sending like videos on Snapchat and like there's like fighting and like drinking and stuff.
Okay. All right, I'll let the officers know that are watching the area.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
There is obviously like a really big party going on. I can't even get down the street. There's so many cars going both ways.
Yep, we have officers out at that location now. They're trying to control the situation.
And when officers arrive, they find exactly what the calls described. A street that's jammed with parked cars, music thumping from a backyard, and teenagers milling around. So officers, they start knocking on the door of the house at the center of it all to see what's going on. No one answers, but here's the thing. They soon learn who lives there. You see, that house apparently belongs to Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan, the principal of the local Roosevelt Elementary School. Elementary school! Now, police finally get a hold of her on the phone, this is according to court documents, and they tell her, look, there's an out-of-control party at her home, there's underage drinking, and according to the report, she tells them that she's, quote, down the street, and, quote, will take care of it. Problem is, party doesn't stop. No, it only gets worse. Officers end up dealing with a teenager who is so drunk that he's vomiting in the front yard. They got to call an ambulance. They find another teen who ran a stop sign and nearly hit a patrol car. She's arrested for DUI with a blood alcohol content nearly 1.5 times the legal adult limit. And with all this chaos going around, another adult woman emerges. She's not a neighbor trying to help. No, it's apparently Carly Anderson, a 3rd grade teacher at Roosevelt Elementary. So Principal Hill-Brodigan's employee, and I guess that night her supposed guest. And on body cam, you can see the chaos that went down when officers showed up and confronted Anderson. Take a look.
Well, this house belongs to the principal of Roosevelt.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep. And you're drunk as well.
I'm not drunk.
Yes, you are. I smell it.
Oh, you smell it.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
No,
do
we're
a
not
test.
getting through that, but...
do a test.
You're here with your boss having a party with 200 kids who are drinking. Get out of my face.
All right, so what happens? In the days that followed this, police started interviewing students, and they alleged that Hill-Brodigan wasn't just aware of the party, they claimed she helped set the whole thing up, that alcohol was ready and available in coolers inside, that she was in the house at one point while all this was happening, made only a weak attempt to try to stop it. Students reportedly told police that parties like this at her home happened once or twice a month. So the fallout was immediate and it was public. Both women were arrested. The school district suspended Hill-Brodigan. According to Outlet News 6, there was a short-lived attempt to transfer Anderson to another school in the district, which sparked, as you can imagine, parent protests, a very quick reversal. And Anderson ended up facing misdemeanor charges for what she did that night, or allegedly did that night. As for Hill-Brodigan, no, she faced a lot more serious charges, including a felony count of child neglect for her role as the homeowner and alleged host. This week, we finally got the answer to the biggest question left in this case. What actually happened to Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan in court? Now, she didn't go to trial. There was no jury. There was no witnesses, no relitigation of that night. No, instead, Hill-Brodigan walked into court for a plea hearing on Tuesday. The judge started by putting Hill-Brodigan under oath, running her through the basics.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you please state your full name and date of birth for the record?
Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan, May 1st, 1977.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. We're here today in case 2025 CF 13015. I see your attorneys, Mr. Shahaz and Mr. Funk, are present with you at the podium. How old are you, ma'am?
48.
How far did you go in school?
My specialist degree towards my doctorate.
Do you read, write, and understand English?
Yes.
Are you suffering from any mental illness?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
I have in front of me a 4-page plea agreement. Did you read this entire plea agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it here on the second page?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you initial each page at the bottom?
I did.
Before you signed this plea agreement, did you review your case and the plea agreement with your attorney?
I did.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorneys about what you're doing?
Yes.
And did you fully discuss your case with your attorneys, including possible defenses and witnesses?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorneys?
Yes, ma'am.
And once the formalities were out of the way, they got to the heart of the matter, the plea itself.
As to the charges of open house party, second-degree misdemeanor, and the 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a minor, first-degree misdemeanor, how do you plead to those charges?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest because you believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
So Hill-Brodigan entered a no contest plea to 3 misdemeanor counts. And in exchange, and this is different from pleading guilty, because when you're pleading guilty, you're admitting your role in the crimes. You know, no contest says, I'm not fighting it, I'm accepting my conviction, but I'm not going to make a formal admission on the record, okay? In exchange for this, though, prosecutors, they dropped that felony charge, that felony child neglect charge, and several other counts that were tied to the case. And then it became the time for the judge to finally hand down her sentence.
As to count 1, open house party, second-degree misdemeanor, I'm going to withhold adjudication and sentence you to 6 months of supervised probation. Count 3, contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a minor, first-degree misdemeanor. I'm going to withhold adjudication and sentence you to 1 year of supervised probation. That will be concurrent with count 1. Count 4, contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a minor, first-degree misdemeanor. I'm going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 12 months of probation. That will be consecutive to count 3, counts 1 and 3. Now, all standard conditions of probation will apply. They're available in the statute and should also be in your judgment and sentence. I want to go over the special conditions of probation. You were to have no unsupervised contact with a minor less than 18 unless the minor's parent or legal guardian is present. There are to be no house parties at your home or gatherings where alcohol and or marijuana is being possessed or used, and minors or persons less than 21 years of age are present. There's a cost of prosecution, $100. Cost of investigation, the amount is ordered but reserved as to the amount to be decided later, either at a hearing or by stipulation. And I see the additional conditions, see if there's any. All right, there are some additional conditions. You'll remain at your residence between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. due to a curfew imposed, unless otherwise directed by the court or is modified by probation and parole. You'll maintain full-time employment and or attend school or vocational school full-time or a combination of school work during the term of your supervision. You need to make a good faith effort to do so. You shall submit your person, property, place of residence, vehicle, or personal effects to warrantless search at any time by any probation or community control officer. You need to report to probation today up here on the 4th floor. I will give you 23 months to pay all costs associated with this case. State, do you have an announcement as to counts 2, 5, 6, and 7?
Your Honor, the state would null pros counts 2, 5, 6, and 7. And the only other thing I would ask is that once restitution is determined, that be divided into equal number of her remaining probation, so that the cost of investigation is also paid before her probation would expire.
All right, we'll discuss that if we need to at any hearing or stipulation. You can include that information. Anything else, State, Defense, or Madam Clerk, that I need to address?
No, Judge.
All right, ma'am, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence in this case. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Now, I know that sentence can be a little confusing with all the legal terms there, so let me just break it down very simply for you. She's not going to prison. She is not serving any prison time at all. No. Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan was sentenced to 2 years of supervised probation. But the conditions of that probation are what really define the punishment, okay? Because the judge laid them out one by one. For the next 2 years, if she violates this, she may go to prison. But for the next 2 years, she can't be alone with anyone under 18 unless that minor's parent or guardian is present. She's banned from having any house parties or gatherings at her home where alcohol or marijuana is present and anyone under 21 is there. She has an 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. She has to maintain full employment or be in school. Her probation officer can search her car, her house at any time without a warrant. She also has to pay court costs and restitution for the police investigation. So that's the legal outcome, right? No jail time, 2 years of her life under a microscope, very strict rules. But to really understand what she was pleading to, you gotta grasp the full weight of the case the state had built, because you gotta start from the beginning. You have to look at the evidence that led to her arrest in the first place from the police affidavit. And this all goes back to, again, that night in January 19th. And this is when neighbors called 911 to report the chaos that was happening next door.
So there's like 75 cars of high school students driving up and down the street. There's this big party down the street, but they're pulling in and out of people's driveways, and they were called me a racial slur, and I'm afraid something bad's gonna happen. They're blocking the street, so somebody should just come by and check it out.
So the cops, they show up to the street. It's jammed with cars. It's just after 8:40 p.m. Kids are everywhere. They ask whose party it is. And according to the report, the juveniles they talked to, quote, claimed they didn't know whose party it was. So the police called the homeowner, again, the former principal, Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan, around 9:18 p.m. Here's what the affidavit says happened on that call. Quote, Corporal Brown called Elizabeth Hill-Brodigan at 21:18 hours. Corporal Brown told Elizabeth that there was an open house party involving juveniles drinking and using marijuana. Elizabeth told Corporal Brown that she was down the street and would take care of it. But according to the police investigation, that is not what happened. The affidavit goes on to say, the investigation revealed that Elizabeth not only allowed the party to continue, but she helped set up preparations for the party with other juveniles. Again, can you imagine what this would have looked like if she went to trial? So things spiral from there over the next hour or so, because while this is going on, police get a wild hoax call about shootings and some sort of satanic activity in a nearby park. It's all unfounded, by the way. So then they pull over a car that almost hits a patrol car. Inside are two teenagers. I mentioned this before, but the driver gets arrested for DUI with a blood alcohol content of 0.118. The passenger has marijuana. This is according to police reports. They go back to the house, and an officer finds a teenager throwing up at the front yard. And that's when we see the other defendant, Carly Anderson, emerged, the third-grade teacher. The next day, January 20th, police called Anderson. The affidavit describes a pretty telling conversation. Quote, Carly stated, "Hell no," and advised she wanted no part of this. Carly then told me that our phone call better not be recorded. Carly was advised that everything I do is recorded. Carly then stated that she was okay because she did not say any names. So police claim that Hill-Brodigan also stopped cooperating with them at that point. But I will tell you the most critical allegations came from the students that police interviewed over the following days. They confirmed that over 100 kids were there. They told police this verbatim from the affidavit. Most students knew that Elizabeth was the principal of Roosevelt Elementary and advised that parties like this happen once or twice a month. Students also advised they arrived as early as 1945 hours, and Elizabeth was having students help make preparations for the party. At that time, alcohol was ready and available in multiple red-white coolers inside the residence. Students also advised that Elizabeth made no attempt to stop the party at any point and advised that she seemed okay with what was happening. So that was the core of the prosecution's case, right? The allegation wasn't just a one-time mistake. It was that she facilitated it, that alcohol was prepared, she was present, that this was part of a pattern. Those allegations, they form the basis for the original, again, more serious felony charge. And then you go to the scene. That body cam puts you right in the middle of it. An officer arrives, heads to the backyard where all that noise is coming from.
They're supposed to be fetching me the master of ceremonies, but...
Cool.
And that guy is moving his truck that's parked in the middle of the road.
Cool.
So we have one issue addressed. Hey!
Hey.
Whose party is it?
Neither of ours.
Okay. You don't know, huh? I do not want to pray for you.
You said you don't want to what?
His shirt.
It's like a white lie party, so I do want to pray for you.
Oh my God, you got me.
He's like a
What's up?
preacher.
Is this your party?
No.
Okay. Do you also not know whose party it is? You just saw the fire and showed up like the bat signal?
Yeah, it's like a white lie party.
Oh my God, so how do I know if you're telling me the truth?
That's funny.
Do you need anything?
Wait, what
I need you guys to shut up and fix the parking out here.
Okay.
So the music needs to stay down?
I mean, obviously, you guys are in the middle of a neighborhood with 60 people here. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, what truck is it? What kind of truck is it?
There's, dude, the whole parking situation is a shit show.
Situation?
Look at it.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
give you
right.
the opportunity before we go up down the street and start writing parking tickets.
Okay.
And
What's
tow
up?
cars.
Okay.
Which one?
All
Give
the
you
cars.
opportunity to start
You guys
parking.
The cars need to be facing the right way.
We're gonna
First,
get it right. We got you
I would
guys.
find out
I
whose
would say
party
start
it is.
parking in the yard, fill the
and
yard up
see what they
first,
suggest.
Okay.
and then park in the road. And the car needs to be facing the correct way in the lane.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll move mine.
Which one's yours?
The GMC I talked to.
Oh, okay.
He said it wasn't like that important, but I don't mind moving it for you.
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
We will get that done.
All right. Thank you.
And whose party is it?
We're not sure.
Okay.
We'll try to figure it out, but thank you.
And while officers are dealing with all that chaos outside, that's when things escalate. Because you have another officer who finds a teenager in the front yard, sick, sitting on the ground.
How much you have to drink? I'm asking for a reason, because if you need some type of medical attention.
No, I think he's good. I don't think he needs medical attention.
Okay, he's getting a
Yeah.
ride home.
Yeah, I actually think this is his ride right here.
How old are you? I think this is a time where you should answer the question.
How's it going, sir? I'm the one taking him home.
Oh, well, I need to know how old he is first. You guys seem to know him. You guys all think this is funny. I mean, I could have you all call your parents right now.
Okay.
This isn't funny.
No, I don't.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't either.
So if you can't talk, I'm going to take you to the hospital. So how old is he?
I really don't know. I don't.
Where does he live? Where are you taking him?
He lives on the other in the 4th Street North neighborhood. He's on the far side next to the bank.
I was just helping him.
Yeah,
36 Goodrich. Can you have medical respond to, please? We reference a juvenile possible intoxication. We need them to evaluate him.
Sir, I'm trying to be as reasonable as possible. I'm trying to take him home.
Yeah, juvenile possible intoxication. I need him evaluated.
And then I want you to watch the house in the background of this footage, okay? Because you see someone who police later identified as Hill-Brodigan walk out, stand in the driveway looking at the scene, then go back inside and turn off the front lights. Fire, rescue, they arrive for that sick teen, and that is when they meet Anderson, who starts appearing to confront the first responders.
Oh, you want to see something? Oh, why don't you put me in Officer Brown? Tell him to put me in handcuffs. What the is wrong with them?
What?
I'm concerned about a child that's being put into a machine, into one of these vehicles, and it's none of my business. You say something to them.
Well, they can't disclose information.
You tell. Okay. Cocoa Beach has gone mad and nasty.
They don't work for us. That's Brevard County Fire Rescue.
Well, you know I'm a teacher. Who the did you put? Who got put in that car?
Well, it's a kid, but they can't disclose.
No. I was here hanging out at this party. I mean, what's wrong with them?
Okay.
You guys gotta act better.
Do you want the truth? There was like 200 kids here drinking.
I've already known.
Drinking, okay? And you're drunk as well.
I'm not drunk.
Yes, you are. I smell it.
Oh, you smell it.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
No, we're not getting through that, but
I mean, do a test.
The purpose.
Well, I'm concerned.
And you're intoxicated too.
Oh, who cares? So I could get in your car and ride with you, or call my
Because he's 17 and he was here drinking at a party.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're yelling. You're here with your boss having a party with 200 kids who are drinking. Get out of my face. Now.
That's on your camera.
It is.
The aftermath played out over the next few days. Anderson was arrested that Friday. As I mentioned, she was charged. Hill-Brodigan was arrested and charged. And then I mentioned that the felony charge was dropped as part of the plea deal. Now, as for Anderson, she already went to trial. Jury found her guilty in May of 2025 of misdemeanor disorderly intoxication and resisting an officer without violence. She was sentenced to 1 year of probation. And after just a few months, per reporting from outlet Sports Coast Daily, her attorney argued that she'd fully complied with the conditions thus far, so her probation should be ended early, but the judge denied that motion. There you go. Possible end of the story? We shall see. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. We're also up on NBC's Peacock as well. If you want to follow me, X, Instagram, you can check out my News Nation show, Jesse Weber Live, Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you next time, everybody.